Okay. Starting early because I think this is going to be the new start time. At least for when I am actually working. Because thinking, processing all of the information I need to right now. Basically, this is about the only free time I would have, either being on first shift, which is 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., or third shift, which is 9 p.m. to like 7 a.m. And of course, I'd have to be sleeping at some point. So it's like for first shift, it's go to bed earlier, so move the stream up to fit that in. And then with third shift, it's move it up so that I have time to get ready for work. And whenever I start third shift, I might do some late night streams. Because what else am I gonna do? It's not like I can build a chicken coop in the middle of the night. Because why would I want to stay awake for 2 days worth of time whenever I would just need to be going back to... Where'd that come from? Whenever I'd have to be going back to a nightly schedule again anyway. Third shift is gonna play havoc with me. I just know it. But I'm sure I'm gonna be able to get through at least a couple of weeks. I don't know how long I'm gonna stick with the job. I don't know if I'm gonna stick around for the 6 months that I would need to be able to choose where I would want to go next in the company. And that would be second shift. But yeah, the stress of starting a new job is partially why I haven't been streaming the past couple days. I don't quite have enough of an idea of what I should do next in the game, like the game I'm trying to make. So I need to still figure that out. And with the job, I just can't concentrate on it right now. Hopefully I got all the stuff in that they wanted. And hopefully the chickens can stay in their run without a chicken coop for a while. We tend to not have that many missing chicken incidents whenever it's cold out, so... Time to get to the game that I have only really done the tutorial for, or a tutorial for, and one of the mysteries in a playthrough. Yeah, so here, this is what I have so far. I also don't know where to get mods, or how to make a mod. There's a couple mods that, like a couple characters I would want to make, just as concepts. So I'll just continue. I figured I'd go with this, seeing as that I don't see people normally use spells, but apparently the character I have has acquired some spells through no fault of my own. And they do come in useful once in a while. Hold on, I need to... Okay. I had to resize the gameplay on OBS. Oh yeah, no, not palette. Do I wanna... No. That's not what I want to do. Oh yes, 1-to-1. That's a great way to play this game. Now, I think I want to keep the border. But I want to look at this. Well, this thing gets used a lot. The power button's got some markings on it. And somebody must have spilled some juice or something on it. Yeah, I think I want a bit more mouse speed. Okay. That's just a black border. That's not. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it like this. No ailments. Got 3 spells. Well, a ritual and 2 spells. That ritual... not really useful for me right now. I don't have an ally. You know what, I think I actually want to turn it back down. No, It's like I want a setting in between those two mouse speeds. Nah, we need that. Oh yeah, already taken a bath. I don't think we can watch TV. Yeah, we can't watch the TV, so we can't get any information from there. 3 of 4 spell slots. Ah, yes. Oh, all my stuff got dropped in here. Oh yeah, it says that. I'll equip that. Equip that. Equip that. Take that and that. Well, let's see what we can do now. Yeah, let's do this one. Debating on whether I should read this or not. I'm not really one for reading things. But it doesn't read it itself. Now the question is, where do I start reading? Do I read the title? Do I just read it? I'll skip the title. Whenever I read these things, I'll just skip the title. So, it says, another boy from your school has disappeared. Rumor has it, a terrible woman has returned from the grave. A woman with the widest smile. And the sharpest scissors. You knew your friend was up to something when he left you its notebook full of cryptic notes. I can send her back where she belongs, he claimed. After he too disappeared, you decided to study the notebook for clues. It details a ritual that claims to stop the wicked woman once and for all. What's the worst thing that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen? You die? I don't know. I mean, to be honest, just being killed seems preferable to some of the things that happen in this. Need to perform a ritual to make her appear. Gotta draw the sigil, and then light the candles. Let's check the lockers. There's a bat in here. Need a tiny key, and I believe that is some kind of eldritch horror. Is this better than the branch? 3 damage, 4 damage. Not as much speed, but similar chance to hit. I'm gonna equip it. Equip it. That gets me nothing. I think I've seen where you can throw items, so I might throw it at something. Throw it at an enemy. I don't want to open that locker because I feel like it'll cause me damage. I don't remember what exactly it does, but it definitely does something. I mean, I've gotten 2 endings. One where I didn't defeat her, and one where I did. And there's 2 more endings. Should I go for another ending, which I guess would just be to perform the ritual without any preparation? By the way, all of the starting characters are at least 20. So, why are they in a school? What is this? You? Can't level up again yet. Well, I don't feel like losing, so... Like, losing this early on in a playthrough, so... And this is my first proper playthrough. I'm gonna resist. Took some stamina to do so. You feel like something horrible is happening within the school. You must hurry. Well, let's explore it some more so that we can find that chalk. Let's turn on the lights. Well, we got some reason out of it. But I was just at the pool. And I don't really want to peek outside. I think that also does like reason damage or something. Oh, prepare for combat. Bloated figure comes out of the pool. Oh, I don't have action saved. Yeah, let's do that. Go back to this. I can't do the heavy attack. I mean, might as well guarantee a hit. Let's do the flash again. Prepare the attack. Do that, and I'm gonna save it. Oh. Well, this is about all I can do. Load and attack again. So what does bloated do? Well, that's not good. Okay, Friend's Diary. Let's check it. Double star. There we go. And now we need the candles. Hello? Took more stamina. That gets me stamina. That gets me stamina, but less charisma. Hunger. Oh! Wonderful. Less charisma anyway. What is that? She's here. I don't recognize this. What's the banishment ritual? Really? How was I supposed to figure this out? The Eldritch Horror is slowly moving towards you, seemingly unaffected by the ritual. When you were sure this would finally be the end, you wake up in an ambulance. The paramedic calmly explains that they found you collapsed in one of the classrooms. He shrugs when you ask him about the scissors woman and your friend. Probably just a heat stroke induced hallucination, he says, injecting your arm with a needle. Now, is it the same every time? The last thing you see before losing consciousness for the second time is the face of the paramedic. Two old scars visible on both sides, but both his cheeks. Ending D. Well, at least I didn't die. Okay, let's see. Store closed. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Could use some stamina. Hopefully that goes away at some point. I mean, it's not causing me. Actually, I probably want to go to the hospital to get that taken care of, because it might cause problems. Mm, do, 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 do. Guess I should do another mystery. Far Out Fable of a Fear Festival, or Sorrowful Saga of the Moonlight Sailors. Well, we'll just go with this one since I clicked it. Your aunt has sent you a letter inviting you for a curious sounding festival. It's held every 27 years in a small village. You don't like the sound of it, but your parents both agree you need a break from all the stress. Oh yes, a fear festival. Great way to reduce stress. Inside the letter, there's a bus ticket. What's the worst? What's the worst thing that could happen? You ask yourself as you board the bus. My goodness. I can't read today, apparently. Explore the weird village. Just when you thought your stomach couldn't handle it anymore, the janky old bus stops at its destination. You get up and take a deep breath before looking around. It's a small village and the nearby fields are surrounded by a thick forest. Yeah, sure. A fat man wearing dusty overalls approaches you. It's the inn owner who promised to pick you up. Following close behind him, your eyes are drawn to his hands, which are so deformed they resemble claws more than hands. Your group has arrived in the village and is currently unpacking at the inn, giving you some time to explore. The festival begins in the evening. To progress this mystery, choose actions that will advance the clock. As you learn about the terrible secrets of this village, more actions will unlock. Okay, check out the inn. Skip time. Yeah, we'll just investigate the room. The inn's room is dusty like it hasn't seen any visitors in years. You wonder if anyone cleaned it since the last festival 27 years ago. There's a folder of available activities lying on the table. I don't know what that is, and I don't really want to use up too much time. I don't know what that is. Oh, hot spring. The hot spring feels great. Finally, you can relax for a bit and enjoy the warm water. Got 2 stamina. But should you be resting at all? I mean, it says free action. Well, I'll just check it out. There's still some time before the festival starts. The locals are seemingly busy setting up stands and decorating the place. A few stands are already open, but you can't shake off the feeling something is wrong. It's getting late. Oh, hey, you're here. Stamina. I'm not gonna buy anything. Oh, I need to investigate the town. No one answers when you knock at Professor Takuchi's door? This is odd since he's usually punctual about his appointments. The smell of blood tells you something's wrong and you quickly open the door and enter. There's no sign of the professor, but the quantity of blood everywhere leaves little doubt about what happened. But how and why? You notice a book lying on the floor. You pick it up to find that 4 pages have been torn out. You memorize the title of the book. Why would someone take them, and what did they contain? Day 2. Well, let's level up. Get an additional inventory slot. Get some charisma. I think I'd rather that. I can't tell what type of weapon that is. Probably a strength weapon. I'll get some strength. Yeah, it's a strength weapon. Well, let's explore the forest. Sudden storm forces you to find shelter in a nearby cave. Looking around, you discover strange markings on the cave's wall. I don't have a flashlight. You recognize the strange symbols and connect them to the horrors plaguing your town. But this isn't my town. Oh. I don't remember what my goal was. Well, I didn't even see what my goal was because the bat was covering it up. And also, can you tell me what my goal is? Well, I already explored the forest. Maybe I'll do it again. As you glance around, you notice that more and more people are wearing strange masks, unlike anything you've seen before. As you turn to your friends for reassurance, you notice that some also wear these Siri masks. Their voices sound muffled and distorted, and you can't shake off the feeling that they're not quite themselves. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and you realize something is terribly wrong. Are they hiding something? This can't be healthy, or they are preparing for something. A sense of dread creeps over you as the masked people are swarming through the store, filling their carts with food and survival equipment. You notice the goods prices have already skyrocketed. You realize that you need to act fast if you want to have any chance of survival. Well, I had money, so... Something is watching you from behind the trees. Well, let's explore the forest again. In the forest, you hear faint whimpering in the distance. When you find it, you discover a wild dog caught by its hind leg in a bear trap. The dog growls menacingly when you get closer. It's a wild dog. I'm gonna risk it. Oh. Got an ally. Going back to the inn, you overhear two masked villagers. They're talking about something awakening at the next dawn. You wonder what's up with that. It's not safe here. You decide to block the entrance to your room with a nightstand. The festival is ending tomorrow and you can't be too careful. Plus 1 additional inventory slot. Uh, hmm. Let's explore the forest. Following a trail of rotten fruit, you stumble on a small forest shrine. It's probably dedicated to some local spirit. The small statue looks alien and menacing. I'd rather an option of ignore the shrine. But I don't want to disrespect it. Kneeling by the shrine, you discover a small piece of paper tucked behind the statue. Uh... Well, let's enjoy some time before the inevitable happens. You break out into a cold sweat when you see the street vendor's twisted grimace. You back off, wishing it was only a mask. Is that blood? Where is everyone? Everybody. Ooh, that's ominous. A trail of blood and sickly smelling sludge leads to the outskirts of the village. Somewhere in the dark forest, there's an answer waiting for you. Ooh, I clicked that option. It doesn't do anything. Four actions until sunrise. That almost looks like a UFO, but I'm sure it's just farm fields. Well, time to explore. The trees overhead block the sunlight and you begin to feel gloomy. An abandoned factory. This must be the place they took everyone. That's a weird place for a factory. While exploring the factory, you are caught by masked people you've seen from the inn's window. After tying you up, they bring you to the cult leader. We knew you'd come. You hear a raspy voice. Your aunt's voice. Coming from behind the priest's weird mask. She signals towards door. Grammar. Quite good. Yes. Behind her, our master is waiting for a final blood sacrifice. Oh. What in the world is that? This summoning ritual must be stopped at all costs. Nameless horror, awake and hungry. Okay, can't use... Oh, is that just the, finish me off type thing? You know what? I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on. Might as well. I'm gonna save that sequence. Oh wait, launch sequence. Weak against, I have no clue. I don't know. The terrifying Hemet? summoned by the cult may cause the death of millions. Wonderful. So let's do that. Actually, let's not do that. Can't do those. There we go. I'm gonna save that one. How am I gonna defeat this thing? I'm gonna run out of doom. Well, that's not gonna do anything. Okay, well, that's not gonna do anything either. And attack. Guarantee a hit. Save. Huh. Okay. Everything happens in an instant. The chanting cultist suddenly falls to the ground as everything around you starts to shake and crumble. Many members of the cult die, crushed by the concrete debris. You are lucky to avoid their fate and escape the factory building. You board the old bus, still clutching the hood of the chanting cultists, wondering what exactly happened out there. Far out fable of a fear festival ending sea. continue. With more and more students going missing, the police have restricted access to the school's building. No, wrong one. Wanted that one. Current status is... I'm gonna grab some reason. TV's busted. Phone's also busted. I don't have any tapes. Well, got one last mystery to do something with. But what does this do? +2 strength and dexterity. -2 perception. It'll probably be good in a fight, but then again, need perception to actually see what you're doing. I don't know what to do with that. Let me get a drink. It began with one fisherman who dragged something truly awful from the belly of the ocean. A dark, writhing ooze that mesmerized him beyond control. He hid himself away for a week, adoring it. Not to be seen until one moonlit night, when a young girl spotted his boat drifting away. A single lantern swinging at the helm and the captivated fisherman singing eerily to his catch. Now, more and more fishermen have begun to find the vile ooze in their nets, and one by one, they are disappearing. Soon the ocean will have taken them all. As are all sailors' fates. You know what? Go away. I don't need you. Just what does it mean by discard? Do I just have to get it out of my inventory somehow, or do I have to do the discard option? Let's investigate downtown. Why are we looking at Moai? Experts are baffled by the sudden appearance of 20 stone statues lined up in a row in the middle of the park. You can cast one spell without paying anything. So, if I lose the dog somehow, I'll gain a random stat. Well, it didn't cost Doom and it did cost Reason, so that's a win-win in my book. Although you braved the stench for hours, you gleaned nothing besides the fact that the fisherman had a wife. Perhaps you should pay her a visit. Well, let's investigate downtown again. Another curse. Dark forces scheme against you. You don't know who you can trust anymore. Oh. That's still a thing. So what? My spells raise more doom? Spiral Hood Summoning Kit. You know what? Goodbye. Fire, one-handed. You couldn't find the nets and the hooks prepared for the big hunt. What you did find was a huge bonfire in the middle of the beach. You take a burning branch with you to light your way. So it's a perception weapon. It does 4 damage. You know what? It does about as good as the bat. Clearing my throat all the time, and I do not have a good mute button. Why are we going to the mansion? Threat level of low. -1 modifier. For all skill checks. Oh, library notes. I don't need them. They just give you spells. And I already used them, so I probably won't glean a spell from them again. When you arrive at the fisherman's house, it stands long vacated. Peering in through the dusty window, you recoil in shock. Investigate. That pair has been following you since morning. You finally manage to lose them, but can't shake the feeling that it will only get worse. Lost some stamina. The fisherman's wife lies in the kitchen, mutilated and covered with black marks. Well, let's continue. The investigation is taking a toll on you. You start to miss the most obvious details. Plus Doom. Travel to the seaside. You know what? What do you got? A can of acid. I mean, I've got a light source. You know what? I'll buy the can of acid. Might need to take some care of some eldritch stuff anyway. The military exercise makes you feel safer, but are guns enough to stop the unspeakable horrors lurking out there? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on how manifest these eldritch horrors are in our realm. The young man has glassy eyes and mumbles his replies as he caresses his catch. The beating movements of his arms disturb you. Investigate once more. Something pulls you toward the beach. A statuette, half buried in the sand, is calling you. Feeling your hand shaking, you take a step closer. I could ignore it, or I could take it. I'm gonna try to ignore it. Despite your sudden desire, you get hold of yourself, moving away from it. You quickly forget the whole encounter. After a slow interrogation, the young man manages to stutter out something about an organized fishing trip. Throwing weapons or knowledge? I don't know how much more useful knowledge is gonna be. Combat might be a better thing, but I only have so much. Oh, whatever. What happened to my acid? Oh. we're gonna up my stamina. I accidentally did something with my acid. Why does that happen? Crabs are feasting on a bloated corpse carried to the beach by waves. Gonna search it. Inside the man's pocket, you find documents. They're all strangely dry. Did the man really drown, or was he brought here? Well, time to end it. No option there. The full moon shines bright in the cloudless night sky. The ink-black ocean waves glimmer eerily. All the residents have drawn their shutters tight and locked their doors. Your footsteps are silent in the sand. The only audible sounds are your ragged breathing and pounding heartbeat. You arrive at the water's edge, breathless. The possessed fishermen's boats fill the horizon with their light. Tiny yellow spots navigating across the dark ocean under a dark sky. You cannot make out the figures on board. The whole section of the beach is black with ooze, slowly engulfing the bodies of the missing sailors. Right in the middle of it stands a lone figure. When he spots you, the ooze stops undulating for a second before rapidly moving towards you, leaving the half-eaten corpses behind. Throw it. You throw the torch towards the figure and the ooze instantly ignites, quickly turning the whole beach into a burning nightmare, devouring both the black substance and the corpses. The noxious fumes force you to retreat and find cover. Well, that was easily solved. It was definitely a close call, too close for your liking. You are sure the newspapers will report on the goo, soon to dry up and look just like volcanic ash by tomorrow. Tonight, however, all you're thinking about is a hot bath. Ending C. Roads are closed. We're not getting out anytime soon. I still got the torch, though. Let's gain some reason. I am missing a key. You can't see anything. Hi, how are you doing? Yeah, I already got that thing. Well, we're going to see the lighthouse. You need 5 keys. I only needed 4. You finally made it inside the cursed lighthouse. Your gut is telling you 2 things. That whoever or whatever is behind the weird events must be on the highest floor of this place, and that you should run away from this place as far and as fast as possible, or as you can. You're afraid that you're afraid there won't be a way back once you start climbing these stairs. Let's rest. We can afford a little doom. Let's go. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped by a metal gate. The tiny page nailed to the gate explains that opening the gate will require you to grab 2 metal rods. Using your own body as a natural conductor, you will power up the gate. You're about to grab the rods when you notice the dials and buttons. You toy with them for a bit before adjusting both voltage and current so it's safe for you to grab them. With a buzz, the gate opens. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably just put one arm across them, because that's a bit less damaging than having something cross your heart, which is the worst thing you can have electricity to do. Either that or use a metal pole. Following the winding staircase, you find a metal gate that blocks your way. It's locked, but you notice an electrical cable. It seems to connect the door to a hole inside the central pillar. If there's a switch inside, you'll have to risk getting cut by the numerous glass shards and knives. Not enough dexterity. I got plenty of stamina though, so. Oh yeah, I don't have the hood anymore. Following the winding staircase, you are stopped. Wait a minute. Someone has been taking photos focused on you. The photos include the enemies you've fought with. There's something wrong, but you can't precisely say what. The first one dealt with the Dream Devourer. Could be Forgotten Patient. I think it was that. Correct answer. You rip the photo. Underneath it is a tiny button. You press it and with a buzz the gate opens. Someone broke into your apartment, stole all the clues and newspaper clippings, and pinned them here. The more you study them, you discover you can't remember any of them except one. Those are both done after this one. Oh wait, no. Whatever, just got an extra 5% doom. Doesn't really matter. You were stopped by a girl wearing a dirty black school uniform. I'm sorry, but I can't let you go any further, she says, reaching for her bag. It's too late anyway. You instinctively take a step back when you notice a knife in her hand. You have to think fast. Not enough charisma. You try to talk to her into allowing you to pass, but suddenly she raises the knife and slices. Art knowledge, yes. Yeah, let's add some luck. Even though that's not gonna mean much of anything. The next day, everything feels like a bad dream. You've managed to stop the ritual, awakening the eldritch old god. But what's done is done. It will stir in its slumber again and again until the stars are right once more. You are safe. For now. You survived! 24 new events, encountered 2 new enemies, 6 new achievements. Okay. So, did I unlock anything? Well, it's, challenges. I don't remember that being available. Challenges. Okay, so we've got going cold turkey. I think I've chosen the worst time to quit. Challenge rating is easy? Difficulty cultist. Character Haru. no cigarettes, but bottled water instead. Ghastly presence. Don't you see the person following me? Challenge ranking of 2. Difficulty cultist. Character Kiri. World of Horror. Random old god. Start with Mind Drain. A random spell and a new personal status. Ghastly presence. That will disable all offensive combat actions. So what? We either have to run or somehow defeat the encounter defensively? However that works. Ghost Town. Only after your photo shoot was cancelled did you discover that every business in Shiokawa is closed. Did everyone move out or... Challenge rating of 2. Difficulty of True Believer. Character Mizuki. Backstory The Seventh Curse. Old God Random. All additional actions but rest are disabled for the duration of the playthrough. What does that mean? What does this mean? You know what, I'm just gonna do that because I can't back out. Banished to the other dimension a long time ago, Goizo has found a way to use mirrors to ensnare and teleport its prey straight through reflective glass. Something, something, something. Okay, Mind Drain. Deals 5 damage, regain 2 reason. So you slowly whittle away your reason if you use this. So this just removes Doom for stamina. We start with no items. Disables all standard combat, well, offensive combat actions. Plus 4 max reason. Is it going to rain? I don't know, is it? Hmm. Transfer, casual, teen witch. WZ86. Well, we'll just stick with the standard. Grab the money. Nothing else to look for. I think we're full up on stamina and reason, so I'll take the experience boost. Well, let's go with the thaumaturgy teacher. 2B used to be one of the most outstanding classes in the school, at least before their teacher's disappearance. Her replacement glides through the school, entrancing all those around her with her soft voice and calming, emotionless eyes. Now she stands at the front of the class, scribbling occult symbols in chalk and hissing lessons about the old gods. The children no longer play but sit in their seats until dark, chanting along, learning of their eldritch masters and preparing to serve them. I'm not used to reading, especially not such long sentences. No stored items. Following a rumor, you visit the house of a schoolgirl who acted really strange in class. The girl's parents sit crying in the living room and fearfully point you upstairs. When you stop by home to pick up your lunch, you find a pile of letters in your mailbox. Sweet! It seems that you've won a small amount of money in the lottery. Lucky you. Got some cash. She sits in her bedroom in a blood-stained uniform, a dead rat lying in her hands. Asks why she killed it. She just grins. Well, let's investigate downtown a couple times. It's getting dark as you arrive at the cemetery, and shadows move in fantastic and unaccountable ways between the tombstones. Finding the right grave may prove to be a challenge, especially when you feel someone's gaze on your back. You quickly find a tombstone marked with red string. Under a stone, you find a note someone left for you. Yeah, sure. But I can't directly attack. Sure, I don't know what that'll do for me, but it's something. Okay, let's investigate one more time. We got a curse, survivor's guilt. Climbing a tree, you get a better view of the class. Weird schematics of some portal drawn on the blackboard could help in the future. Oh, I remember seeing something recently about this encounter. Not that bad. While looking around the ransacked room of your recently deceased friend, you discover a half-finished painting of a woman, her skin a ghastly pale yellow color. The scene is disturbing, you struggle to look at it. Unintimidated by the painting, it gives you new insight into the madness that possessed your friend. Another lead. The former teacher of the class may prove more useful. Knocking on their door, however, gets you no answer. Just subtle chittering behind the door. Do we talk to the neighbor or... No, we're gonna investigate the village. Should have got the map. You stand in the middle of the field, frozen in terror. A rip in our reality shows the horrible future of our planet. Seeing the familiar figure looking back at you, you can't help but wonder if it's our world that's just an illusion. You fall to your knees, dry heaving. Nothing will ever be the same. Lose 3 reason. A little boy from the school has been attacked by his classmates. Well, let's go to the hospital. You try to avoid mirrors, afraid of what could be waiting for you on the other side. You find him in the hospital covered in bites. Just what is with this whole summoning that he speaks of between his sobs? As part of the therapy, some patients took part in art classes. Some of their work fills you with dread. With no other ideas, you decide to wait outside the school itself. Oh. That's not good. You catch a glimpse of an art class. One disturbing painting draws your attention. You gasp in horror. The twisted faces, impossible angles, and enormous monoliths make you sick. The faint chanting doesn't stop and no one enters or leaves the building. Suddenly, everything slows to a crawl. Yep, it won't let me do that. Won't let me do that. That requires an ally. Oh wait, no. That doesn't actually do anything. That's not going to do anything either. So let's just try to figure out what's going on here. Okay, so Eldritch Sharp. June 1992. And, can't dodge, so, you got one ritual move right. Four ritual moves right, and I don't know which. So, let's just get out of here. You sneak in through a window and skulk across the shadowy corridors. All the classrooms have emptied out. Peering into one, you spot the corpse of a teacher nailed to the chalkboard. Shaking, you approach it. You spot an odd bulge protruding from his stomach. It writhes against your fingers as you probe it. Suddenly, the teacher's chest rips apart, showering the classroom with gore. From within, a child coated in meat and intestines leaps out, screeching with joy. Time to go. As you near the gym hall, the chanting and rhythmic drums grow louder, threatening to intoxicate you. You creak the door open and stifle a scream. The entire school is gathered around a huge portal surrounded by black candles. From within, the bellowing of the beast has summoned, beast being summoned echoes. The teacher stands at the front, covered in a purple robe, her true form revealed. I wouldn't be able to do anything. Hmm. Okay, I'm just gonna save that and just keep attacking. We're badly bleeding. With her dying scream, the teacher throws herself into the portal. Her vicious master shows no mercy. You hear it devour her before the connection shuts. The confused children lie on the ground crying. Thanks to you, however, they are safe. Time skip. +5 doom. Chance of losing 1 stamina with each investigation. Should probably get that looked at. Let's get a bit more stamina. You know what? Let's check the TV. Some of our readers report a strange tall man dressed in white taking the metro after dark, apparently stalking lone passengers. Please take care and avoid traveling alone. There we go. Don't know what you can do with the phone. Well, guess we start a new mystery. there's too many endings. Well, we'll go with that one anyway. The janitor was obsessed with mermaids. He's collected every scrap of the legend about them in the school basement. Now his mind has snapped. He's decided it's time to make one of his own, using unfortunate students' bodies as materials. There's one thing everyone at the school is talking about. Another girl from your area has gone missing. Could there be anything connecting all the missing people? I should investigate downtown next. I'm going to the hospital to, Oh, I didn't go to the right place. Or did I? Yeah, sure, let's get that. They're curses, so I can't do anything about that. You feel like the skull is observing your every move. You found a new item, painkiller. Yeah, I'm not gonna overuse it. Investigate the seaside location twice to complete this quest. Well, I'll start here. Seeing the two chopped off heads, you can't help but wonder who's been preparing your food for the past week. The notes lying nearby. The notes lying nearby tell of ancient civilizations and unspeakable horror. You've managed to learn an incantation, but the horrifying image will stay with you for a long time. Oh yes, I want to grow teeth. I'm gonna investigate the seaside a couple of... Oh, I didn't... The ocean is hungry. You're stopped by a person with a knife. They look incredibly sad. It wants me, but I'm afraid I'm too much of a coward to do it myself. You don't have that much charisma. But we succeeded. After a long conversation, they hand you the knife and thank you. I mean, might as well equip it. Walking on the beach, you discover a giant charred pit. As you wonder what was burned here and why, you hear a crackling sound getting louder as everything around you becomes scorching hot. Burning Man? I thought that was in the desert. Uh... Let's just bail. You may be going crazy, but you swear something is watching you from the sea. Okay, yeah, let's get rid of some of that doom. Oh, that was a one-time thing. Oh well. It's useful. Asking around the neighborhood got you some results. It seems that all the girls attend the same school. The corridor is flooded by a black sludge that's slowly oozing from underneath the door of the chemistry classroom. A damp, moldy stench grows as you get closer. How are you going to get to the other side? We're gonna take a detour. All of the missing girls were apparently members of the school swimming team. Maybe someone saw the kidnappers stalking them. You enter the school bathroom to wash your face with cold water. A sudden noise behind you stops you in your tracks. One of the stall doors has opened on its own. Escape. You might be paranoid, but there's no way you're risking an encounter with a ghost here. I already got a ghost. You find a notebook containing handwritten and detailed notes about the swimming club itself and the mermaids? Yes, mermaids. Travel to Morbid School. Investigate Morbid School. A nauseating stench stops you. Someone has scattered rotting fish guts everywhere and hung up countless fish heads. You cover your mouth as you slowly retreat. A vast flock of seagulls outside viciously attack the windows. Whoever the kidnapper may be, they seem to be really obsessed with mermaids. Inside the science lab, you find a plan of the town's sewer system. Someone has marked the path leading from the sea directly to the school building. Let's shop again. Two additional slots. You know what? I'm gonna get the flashlight. Stop right there, you hear a voice coming from behind you. You won't destroy my life's work. I'm sorry, but I don't know how to fight without just attacking. There's something wrong here. A weird apathy seems to infect every adult you ask for help. You'll you will have to deal with it alone. When you enter a metro car, you notice an oddly shaped package on the seat opposite you. It's marked with your name. You reach for the package but hesitate, an icy feeling settling into the pit of your stomach. It's not until you unwrap it that you understand what it is. Shocked, you let it fall to the floor from your bloodied hands. Need more water. Well, need to drink more water. You compare the sewer plane with a school map and it suddenly dawns on you. School basement! That must be the place the kidnapper is keeping missing swimmers. I've got too much doom for the second. Your reflection twists and shimmers when you're not looking at it directly. Goizo is getting closer. There's no turning back now. Oh, I am not getting through this. You bust through the door to the janitorial closet, but it's already too late. The latest missing girl is lying on a dirty mattress, her upper torso at least. A tail of a fish has been crudely sewn in place of her legs. She was too weak and died. You hear the mad janitor say, "He looks you up and down. Maybe you'll do." Not giving up after the previous failure, the obsessed janitor has found another body to experiment on. You. Yeah. You try to open the manhole cover. Let's try it again. It would be easier with a proper tool, though. Yeah, I don't have a proper tool. You know what? Let's do that. Now I've got burns. Suddenly, the mutilated girl moans quietly and twitches. The fishtail causes a lamp to fall and break, igniting chemicals. The mad janitor catches fire and starts screaming terribly. You try to avoid him as he thrashes around the room, setting everything on fire. Thick smoke and the smell of burning flesh makes you feel weak. You are rescued by the firemen trying to contain the fire. No trace of the mad janitor is found and no one believes your story, but you will sleep a little better tonight knowing that the other students are safe. School fire, Newtown status. Oh, there you go. Oh, things cost more money. School burned down. While classes will continue in an old wing, no student will gather in the schoolyard. It's also reflected over here. You receive additional combat damage. Oh, that's fun. Yep, just gonna do that. Head home, take the key. Let's get a bit of reason. Local dentist has been found guilty of implanting dog teeth on their human patients. Motive is currently unknown. The ghost gray mist envelops the whole town. Okay, well, you received an official-looking letter. What does a law firm from Tokyo want from you? We regret to inform you of the passing of our client and your granduncle. His funeral will be preceded by an overnight vigil as per the client's request. There's an address and a list of people expected to arrive. You don't recognize any of the names. Intrigued, you decide to check it out yourself. What's the worst that could happen? Water. More water. Please and thank you. And I'm still burned. Following the directions from the letter, you slowly fight your way through the overgrown forest path. The old mansion looks like it was torn down and rebuilt many times, but where is everybody? Explore mansion. There's a local legend about a heartbroken seamstress. One stormy night, she broke into a local inn and stitched the unsuspecting guests together. Her final gruesome artwork. But that's just a legend, right? Okay. It takes you some time, but finally you manage to find someone. Is that another guest? You should ask them what's going on in here. A muscular man is eyeing you as you take a step towards him. You can't help but notice a deep scar going across his cheek. Old man's body is in the master bedroom. Go there if you want. Let's explore some more. You were startled when you discovered the headless body. You were horrified when you saw its head hanging in the middle of the room and laughing. You know what? Now's a good time to try to figure this out. Uh-huh. I don't know if that worked. That encounter was the final straw. Your mind has snapped and you've been locked up in an asylum. It would be comforting to accept that you were insane, that no old god is awakening to devour humanity, but the drugs haven't made these horrors disappear. Well, gonna end it here. Tomorrow's Sunday, right? Oh, excuse me. So tomorrow, I'll probably do some Factorio. If I can remember what I was doing. Oh yeah, I was working on building a new iron smelter array. I probably won't stream Monday. Just because of getting an understanding of the new job. Tuesday is Halloween, right? I have a plan for Halloween. So, depending on how things work out, I'll try to stream. And, well, I'll just try to stream as much as I can. Things are getting stressful. So yeah, whenever the next time I stream is,